Okay, I guess with the time we should start. Welcome everyone. This is the APAC Leader Summit. I'm Satyo from Ventures Cohort based in Tokyo. And let me just give a brief background of this event is that we wanted to redefine the time differences with the hurdles. Some of the events that we have is based on Pacific time zone, so that we wanted to have this event with three purposes. One is to have people connected. Second, to learn from the new cohorts. And third is to ignite actions from COVID with various topics. And this is going to be a second series of event after COVID taking place at Asian time zone. And today we have distinguished speakers and also panelists. We also have a great guest speakers and the new cohort from navigators. Today, we will cover two topics related to the new normal. And the first part, we will have health and mental wellness. And second, we will have education. And without further ado, I'd like to hand over this mic to Sanai-san. Thank you. Please enjoy the show.
Hi, Satyo-san. Thank you so much for giving us a chance to get connected. As you know, the COVID-19 has been a strong impact on Asia. We actually started to learn how to work, how to live, how to have a new life, new way of working from before anybody. And today's session, I would like to start with Kate to talk about the emotional challenges that we had and how we're going to cope with the challenges that we're facing right now. And hopefully in the end of the panel discussion and the Kate's kickoff, I would like to share some of the thoughts so you can bring it back home. So before further ado, I would like to welcome Kate Emerald. Kate?
Thank you, Sanai-san and Sachio-san, and hello everyone. Nice to see you again. I am going to share my screen. Can everyone see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So I am grateful to be here and contribute to whatever, everything I've learned, inner and outer, both knowledge with Stanford and wisdom in life. So Life of Emerald is an impact-driven company, and we present wisdom and knowledge here. And I would like to share that my journey with Stanford LEAD that started in 2016 has led me to build this impact-driven company. And so here we go. New normal in 2020, mental wellness and health. Here is a little bit about me. I am from South Korea, Seoul. My ancestors are kings of South Korea and noble scholars of Shilla dynasty. And I am a healer, entrepreneur, and astrologer, philosopher, and storyteller. And welcome to Stanford University, everyone. This is a photo taken from Hoover Tower in 2017 LEAD graduation. What's special about Stanford LEAD is we bring in by yearly cohorts, and we keep expanding, and each year we have a tradition of getting together. However, this year or next year we didn't meet. Next year we don't know what will happen. So let's be present today, and I hope you are I hope you take advantage of this year in COVID-19 to transform yourself internally and externally so that you can make, and all of us can make a great impact in the world next year, or this year, next year, today and tomorrow. The premise is that all things begin and end, begin again in ebbs and flow, and many of us understand that health is one of the important assets and the unprecedented changes happening in COVID-19, we ask ourselves questions that focus on inner resilience. What would the new normal look like for health and mental wellness industry? And how do you redefine health, mental wellness in times of great change? What has been helpful managing stress, and what is the silver lining of 2020? So now, if there is a beginning, there is an end. I like to look at 2020 as an endpoint to bring about newness. And there's a quote there's a quote, "When life gives you lemons, make lemonade." And a little bit about my story. I've had lots of ups and downs in my life while going through education at Stanford. But what I am sure of is that meditation works, and inner resilience is cultivated by the life's ups and downs. So whatever challenges we're all facing collectively, also understand that every successful people and every success behind the curtain, everyone is connected at our heart, our shared emotional experiences, and all of our emotions are valid, including anger, sadness. It's just that success looks from front, looks like happy and joyful. So I'm here to share a message that all of our emotions, plethora, is divinely perfect. Now, I have 15 years of teaching experience with including corporate executives and top lawyers in Seoul, STEM engineers in Seoul, international students, mothers and immigrants in Bay Area, and the Bay Area students. And currently I am enrolled in Inner MBA with New York University, sounds true company. And what I'm learning is bringing all the things I've learned in business, cultivating inner resilience and strength, and adding that to how can I impact the world with the business idea. So it is an inner and outer training. So I'm mentioning this because I understand Stanford GSB program is very, very elite and superb in terms of learning about creating change and amplifying ripple effect. However, in 2020, as we stand in the reset mark, I am an advocate for cultivating inner business, inner MBA as well. So inner and outer are both equally, exceptionally important. And here is our Stanford colleagues. I met all of us in 2017, 2018. It was such a jovial, fun community, and what a great time for network. And what I really love about this community is that we are an expert from all over the world with different industry. And when it comes down to networking, we really connect like a human to human. And there's a lot of resources here in this community. And so here's some research from Margaret, the article from US National Library of Medicine, National Institute of Health. Says healthcare organizations are under financial regulatory pressure at this point, and developing interdisciplinary collaborative relationship in our institutions and providing relevant services will make our progress as vital and contributing members of our healthcare organizations. And now when we look at healthcare as of today, we embrace medicine from the Western world. And the founder of medicine, he also was an advocate of medicinal information and spirituality. And what I found out in research is that the medicine students took the knowledge out and sort of ignored the spirituality part out. So now we're dealing with system that deals with methodical, the knowledge base, how to cure human body as a human body is a, mortal thing. But now it's time to connect the spirituality aspect and the medicine body aspect, the knowledge about how to cure body aspect. We need to integrate them both. This is a time and opportunity to do so. And now the issue about working at home and working at home with children, now we're really being presented to face how to bring about balance in home and work. And I know those of us, those of you, I don't have kids, but those of you who have children, I imagine it's really a juggling act. And so as if there is a threat, there's an opportunity, and allow yourselves to be messy with, all types of emotional, all things going on. Because after a year later or two, once you continuously work on inner resilience and meditation and yoga, all the things that take care of your inner reality, I am sure that outer reality will coincide with the peaceful self that is within you. I'm speaking from experience. My experience living in San Francisco from 2016 to 2019 has been doing just that. A lot of practicing balancing inner and outer reality. And have you heard of monkey mind? We have monkey mind chatters all the time. And the monkey mind, the monkey is running our brain, like running our system, if you think about that way. But now, because we're human and we have the power to control our thoughts and behaviors and awareness with cultivating inner resilience and meditation, we can become the boss of the monkey mind. And the emerald green light, emerald green here can be cultivated through meditation and inner inquiry, and embracing all emotion and not labeling them as bad or good. It just is. Now, here are some self-care strategies in managing stress. So 5 minutes a day, try meditation or yoga. If you're washing dishes and being present in washing the dishes, we call that meditation. You can just check it off. Meditation in 5 minutes, just something so simple that you can get your habit going. And that is going to really benefit all of us at the end of our Stanford LEAD journey next year. And what we do is set intention each morning, like speak to our heart. When you wake up, say, today I focus on gratitude. And let the day be full of moments that you feel grateful for. And also sharing our feelings constructively with others or in diary. Diary is your best friend. Just write down all the feelings that you have all throughout the day and without any judgment. And shake your body. Body restores emotions. Shake your body to release that energy. And remember to drink water. And remember, all people are sacred souls having a human experience. So listening to I am affirmation statement, recording on YouTube. There are lots of resources on YouTube. If you type in meditation or I am affirmation statement, you can let that recording run throughout the day while you're doing work. Let the I am kind, I am healthy, those statements just play in the background to sip into your subconsciousness. And lastly, naming your feeling. So remember, all feelings are normal and we welcome feelings. We are human and we have feelings. So when you feel angry, you say, I feel angry. You feel that. And by feeling it, the emotion gets evaporated and the anger does not hold any more grip on you. So that is the strategy. Those are the strategies and how to manage stress. And sad, no problem. That just take care of your sadness. Just that's okay. Sure of tomorrow, today is it. This moment is it. There is no tomorrow. And there is tomorrow, you know, the paradoxical, there is tomorrow. Who am I going to be tomorrow? Let's act from that tomorrow, today, yeah? And silently contemplating inner truth. Can you share with others? And what are you grateful for each moment? Today, I am grateful to share this knowledge and wisdom with you. I've been working all my life, approaching 40. I am so happy to share. Serenity be with you, first inner and yes, outer. Inner and outer reality are all connected. So, Mr. Sachio, do I have time for a minute or 3-minute meditation? How are we doing with time?
Yes, I think, yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a 2-minute meditation. How about that? Wait, 2-minute meditation. So I'm going to help you envision your future self 1 year later after Stanford program, 2021. Who are you becoming? What are you doing? What are you enjoying then? So please, let's close our eyes. And bring your attention into your heart center. And imagine a green emerald light in the heart. And imagine this heart center of yours is your home space. Let the green energy penetrate all throughout your body. And shower you with nurturing energy and feeling, nurturing feeling. And now imagine 12 months later, who would you like to become? Who are you? What are you doing? How are you feeling? Let's envision that for 30 seconds here. Be really creative. All right. And now let's bring our attention to our heart center and say a grateful statement to yourself for being here today and everything you've done to get here today. Honor yourself. And remember, this is home. Your heart is home. And as you are ready, please open our eyes. Yeah. So I encourage you to write down what you envision at the end of next year, who you are becoming, what you are, how you're feeling. The imagination is free, and I believe that universe really wants us to thrive and do best. So the quality of our day is up to each of us. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius says this. So our choice is to really relax, trust in the process, that 2020 is an opportunity and it's time for reset. And 5 years later, we might be so grateful that this happened. Who knows? Yeah. So my name is Kate Emerald. I'm an intellectual healer, astrologer, and entrepreneur. I can be reached at lifeofemerald@gmail.com. Instagram, lifeofemerald_s. And leaders, everyone, thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Kate, for the wonderful presentation. I'm glad that we have a piece of, selfness and looking at the inside. And I hope people will felt peace and a love, I hope. So thank you, Kate. Any quick questions? You can share your thoughts, how you feel right now. Before we take an intermission, I would love to hear from you. So maybe you can put in some of the comments on the chat box. You can do that too. Okay, so comments from Adicia. Thank you, Kate. And Kano Sensei said, interesting. Bravo, yay. Yeah, so Kate, thank you that you mentioned all the emotions are valid. During COVID-19 that we started, a lot of people, especially mom and dad, kids are always next to you, very difficult to manage your inner peace. How would you advise to the people who are in a chaotic environment? How are you going to, cope with the challenges that we are facing? And I know one of my friends who just had a baby, but her husband could not be with her because of the COVID-19 situation. The hospital didn't allow. Those things happened and the new normality started to become more obvious. How would you suggest to the students and the colleagues to deal with the changes?
Thanks, Sanae-san, for the question. I have been there. I don't have kids, but I have been where I was grappling with a lot of chaos, giving up my job as in Korea, moving to another country, America, and getting really used to it all. And if I may, allow me to compare that experience to what you may be going through, not same, but similar in terms of the gravitas of challenges. What helped me out is really allowing myself to just be angry, allow myself to just feel sad, just allow myself to just be myself. And be myself is beyond the persona I put today, right? Beyond the persona, I have one mask today. I have plethora of masks, and just letting ourselves just be freezes up a lot of energy to really invest that energy into being mindful to my wife, mindful to my husband, my children, all that. So that would be the number one step. Secondly, I would use this opportunity to set a clear boundary. If you haven't had set boundary before with your family, this is a good time to sit down together and say, here, 1, 2, 3 are my core values. Please respect that. What are your core values? 1, 2, 3. Let me try my best to respect you. So you put that in the place where all the family can see. And whenever you feel, well, my core value is honesty, right? So if, let's say, my boyfriend or husband doesn't uphold that value, I would point to the wall and say, okay, can you be honest with me, like that? And so you just, if you're starting here, we just want to move one step closer to each other every day, practicing. And whenever you are approaching, your partner, your family like this, just let all the chaos, allow it. I would allow that, because in the end, your intention matters more, because you're trying to meet your partner, your family member here. And so the journey to get there, whatever chaos that is secondary. Sanai-san, was there a second part of that question?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it is chaotic no matter what of your personal situation, but I've witnessed, my colleagues started to have a lot of challenges because of the, confined environment, could not be able to hug people, or, that's not very Japanese thing, but still, we miss those personal connection. By the way, David, he has a quick question. David, could you turn on your camera and ask a question to Kate? David, maybe you're on mute. Okay. All right. I guess David is not there. Can you hear David? Am I the only one who's not hearing? Okay. All right. So any maybe one question. Anybody?
Sanai-san, yes,
Hi.
yes.
Yeah, Sanai-san, I actually see Hiroshi actually has a question to Kate coming from the chat. Maybe I'll just read it out. It seems to have something common with Buddhism concept. Buddha says environment is harsh and uncontrollable. Rather than trying to change the situation, you should change yourself. Is that something that you could comment on in terms of managing capability to cope with the situation or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Leonard, for reading that. And Hiroshi-san, thank you for the question. Yes, definitely Buddhism concept. Buddha embraces that life is suffering. Life is suffering, and what are we going to do about it? And that's when we stay control of our inner reality, because outer reality we cannot control, right? We cannot control someone's behavior, but how we relate to that person's behavior is really on us. And so change ourselves. We have the free will to do that. And the meditation really helps us to cultivate inner resilience, inner reflection. Why am I reacting to this person really? Is also this person, Carl Jung's concept, shadow work, is this person bringing out the difficult memory of as I had a child, as a child, to really help me heal. And so every situation is really an opportunity to look inside and change and propel yourself to transformation. So the managing capability of cope with the situation, yes, I would say that, all things are connected. Buddhism, Sikhism, Christianity, Hinduism, everything is connected. Now let's all bring it back, bring it home. Let's do a home run by cultivating what we can do internally, our control, true control.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. So we're doing really well with the time. Let's take some moments so that we can set up a slide and everything. So you guys grab some coffee or tea, and let's get back from 10:35. All right. Thank you, Kate. So much sharing. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna continue our discussion on the wealth and well-being and health part. Okay, so we have a distinctive guest. Kate is going to continue to work with us, and we're going to talk about wealth and well-being and health mindset. And Noda-san, he is a director and a global tech startup investor from Hakuhodo, and very special guest from Europe. I know it's 3 a.m. in the morning, Jap-san. Thank you very much for joining us. He's a deputy head of a unit at European Commission. He will give us a perspective of what's going on in European community. And Kelly, hi, so nice to meet you. She is going to help us communicate. And Melina, hi, so thank you to meet you. I'm glad that you joined us. I hope you can see the screen. I will probably close that. Okay, Melina-san. She is a senior program manager, business process reengineering worldwide at Apple. Very exciting to have you all. And before I forget, my name is Sanae. I am HR manager at AXA. It's an insurance company, and we dealt with the many challenges, especially the employee perspective. So I hope I can share some of my findings as well. So thank you, and very much appreciated your participation. So discussion and question. Now we look back, what could have done as a regional priority in terms of emotional and psychological support for the organization, especially the cohort. When the COVID-19 started to outbreak, please share your perspective. Kelly-san and Jab-san, maybe you'll start with the Kelly-san.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for organizing this event, Sachio and Kate for presenting, and Sanai, and for inviting me to be part of the discussion. I've been involved with the mental health nonprofit for a few years now, and I'm a consultant now. So I think about a lot of ways in which COVID has brought mental health to prominence in, during the last few months. A lot of people have had some extra time to think about, to be by themselves, and some extra time to think and reflect. And so on the downside, of course, it can be overwhelming when you come to some realizations. And so I'm really glad that we're having this conversation, especially to help with those who have considered mental health and illness rather than just mental health and well-being. And, it takes a lot of talking about stuff so that the stigma is really taken away. So one of the things that I think can really help is to help to have a lot of discussions about mental health awareness, and to spread information about what it really is. The fact that, it's not necessarily an illness, that it is mainly about connecting with who you are. I like, Kate, what you said about inner and outer peace and inner and outer being, connecting with who you are, and then connecting with other people by being your authentic self. I think that's really important. So any kind of programs that that the chapter, regional chapters can do to help spread this kind of awareness, I think would really help. Another thing that I think can help that the chapters can do is conduct discussions for people who are leaders in organizations that are in positions of influence. Because I think, especially in the workplace, people who are in a position to make change can look into their own systems, their own work processes and systems, and see how they are helping or hurting mental health, or what they can do to promote mental health in organizations. And finally, I think with so much of extra time on our hands, I think a lot of us are thinking about how we can, help, and how we can be more mindful and purposeful in doing things. And many people are changing careers, thinking about starting new businesses. I think it would be really helpful for chapters to also create a platform for people who are starting something new, starting new, jobs, or starting a new organization, and just help support, promoting these new ventures.
Thank you, Kelly. Jeb, would you like to add something from your European perspective? Hello. Are you there?
Sanai-san,
Hi.
it is 3 a.m. in Brussels, and
Yes.
Jap mentioned that it is late. However, he committed it, and
Okay.
I think I made a mistake not giving the link, and I'm not sure what happened. Sorry about that, everyone.
Oh, no, it's okay. No, it's okay. So maybe Melina-san, would you like to add something from your regional perspective?
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be here tonight. So thank you so much, or this morning over there. So just from my perspective, working in the technology field and seeing the exposure to the new technologies and tools that we have nowadays to work remotely, it's important to be able to, yes, to know how to currently use them and to be able to manage the time effective, to also dedicate time for downtime, for relax, and also to be able to feel that sometimes it's okay not to feel okay in the situation that we were, especially from the beginning of the year through COVID. So I felt like, yes, one thing would be just to be able to expand the technology, to be able to train the organization in some of the tools that were not able to use before, and to be able to prepare also mentally the organization that sometimes, yes, these are things that we were not expecting, of course. And there is a nature in our brain that goes through, yes, through different stages. So I will say that it's also important to open the communication for the mental health in every organization, to be able to openly discuss some of these topics openly. So that's one of my perspective, I will say. So I think that's the way I like to take the opportunity forward. I like to think in a more optimistic way, that every crisis presents an opportunity. So I believe that, yes, who knew that we were going to be able to work remotely maybe 1 year ago, and many organizations now, they are going through that process. So I think that, yes, we will have to adapt to a new normal, but as I believe our other panelists said, that every crisis presents an opportunity. So I think that this is as an ongoing learning opportunity to create new normals that will enhance the way we communicate, we collaborate, and we work with technology in the future.
Yeah, Melina-san, does Apple provide some emotional support or psychological support as an organization?
Yes, well, we have constantly information about how to take care of our mental health, how to be able to sign up for new apps that, for example, the new phone presents for either meditation or mindfulness or downtime, even for sleeping habits. So of course, there are new technologies and new apps that you can learn. And also, as a company, our corporation has, yes, provided documentation and is constantly open to reach out to employees. So as I said, yes, from my perspective, personally, I found that this is very important, and I felt that it was very good to receive this type of documentation and this type of information. So I also wanted to mention that I'm pretty new at Apple. I just started 5 months ago. So, but the way I see it is very, very good.
Wow. Okay, thank you. Well, how about Kelly? You know, Silicon Valley is everything about networking. Do you see any changes because of the COVID-19 that people don't see each other, you know, face to face?
It's definitely a challenge, but I think people have been used to working remotely for a long time. So, and also, you know, there's been a lot of companies in the Bay Area have allowed people, especially technology companies, to work from home. So there's been I think people have already gotten used to video conferencing and stuff. So I don't think that that's too big of a problem in Silicon Valley for tech. I think it does present a challenge for companies that were not already, did not already had remote work. They have had to ramp up as far as getting technology in place, video conferencing. But I think Zoom has done a great job, in being able to, people being able to use Zoom. There is some Zoom fatigue. And so I think the challenge is being able to socially connect, not so much being able to work remotely, but being able to make the social connection without meeting other people in person. So that's, I think, something that, people really need to think about and come up with innovative ways to be able to make that connection.
Wow, you're so funny about the Zoom fatigue. I certainly felt Zoom fatigue. And the meeting minutes actually got shrunk. There used to be, face to face in the room. 1 hour was pretty much 50 to 1 hour was pretty normal. But today, half an hour is enough, to have a meeting. So you're right. And in Japan, having a drinking after work is important. That got reduced significantly, and then we started to do an online drinking party, but that got all tired, we stopped having the online drinking party. Yes, thank you, Kelly. Thank you. So maybe now I go to the next discussion question. So we're still amid the pandemic. Social norms started to become a conversational topic, having social distancing, no handshakes, meeting online, as we mentioned. And some people started a new job without seeing each other, or they never seen the boss after they got hired. Or even customers. And wearing masks in Japan has been normal, during influenza season, but that's not always a normal in other regions. How are we going to learn a new social norm? I'm a very hugging, touching person. It is a challenge. So how would you deal with the change, especially emotional side? Kate, you started the conversation. Would you like to add something other than the original topic?
Sure. Starting a new job without seeing new office members. I would like to ask the audience what your experience is, and are we all doing all right out there?
Oh, good idea. I know Sachio-san started his new job without seeing his
Yes.
colleague. Would you like to share?
Yes, it's been quite an interesting experience starting from July. The funny thing is that I've only went to Deloitte office 2 times, but surprisingly, I think how we connect with the members, I use quite a lot of not only Zoom meeting, but also some chat, bilateral chat, and that kind of helps. And now I start to kind of get comfortable using it. And also the fact that clients are okay with having a web meeting instead of seeing person. So I guess, after 2 months, I feel more comfortable.
And anyone else, do we have time? How are we doing out there, everyone?
Yes, I want to show you how I look like with a mask. Yeah, so other people, how do you feel about this new normality? Do you like to comment?
It's very good. This is Wayne. I just
Hi,
want
Wayne.
to ask a question. Maybe I missed it. For Kate, how long have you been doing meditation? What changes have you noticed, or you have made, or you discovered? What have you achieved that you think?
Thanks, Wayne, for that question. I have been meditating for 5 years straight now. First began with attending a Vipassana meditation, silent meditation retreat in Thailand. And that propelled me to become who I am today. Every day I've been putting 5 minutes a day, at least, meditating. And so the transformation I've witnessed in myself is, and from a person who was doing, capitalism society asked us to expand. And now after 5 years, I'm able to bring all of it inward and have all the skill set I already, cultivated prior to 2015 that is still with me. Now I'm able to merge the internal and outer reality. And so what has really helped me is letting go of stress. I incurred a skin problem here, and it's due to stress, a lot of stress, teaching STEM engineers in South Korea. And now I don't want stress. And I know stress is healthy, but now I want to meet in the middle. And so to answer your question, Wayne, the biggest key benefit I got from meditation is knowing balance. When is enough, when is too much, when is just right. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Kate. Let's move on to the...
May I?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Now back to Sanai's question, how can we, deal with each other without, touching, without hugging, without meeting? And actually, I'm a professor, and we university does have this program. In Japan, most of the students join in April. And for this April, those incoming students have never visited campus, even today.
Right.
All the education is online. They never visited campus. They never met classmates. They never met professors.
Oh,
and
wow.
Everything is online. Everything is online. And this had a huge impact. And, what we realize is that, something tacit, something not explicit is quite important. For example, when the class is over, 4 or 5 students still remain in the classroom and they chat. Or when the class is over, maybe 2 students always, come to me and have a chat. That's kind of, casual, talk, information sharing make a big difference. And those incoming students, they have never done it. They have never done it. So we are still struggling how to solve this problem. And that has a very, very serious impact on education or how people, get inspired. I don't have answer. I'm just raising a problem.
Right. We also hear that teacher side needed to acquire new skills to do online teaching. And a lot of teachers actually struggled. Do you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah, and also I think that relates to, our Kelly's response about, how the Silicon Valley is dealing with each other without seeing each other, without meeting. Because at least as far as I understand, some innovation or inspiring idea is created face-to-face. And that's why, everybody is in Silicon Valley physically, right? So maybe I'm supposed to ask a question, but the question to Kelly is, how can you generate ideas or crazy ideas without, chatting each other, without physically seeing each other, without, chatting at cafe in Silicon Valley?
So I'd like to make a suggestion. I don't know how much this has been tried, but I think design thinking, the method of design thinking is, the intention is to get people to think, to come up with ideas and to innovate. So I think about solving this problem also using the same methodology, right? Get people to come up with new ideas on how we can be innovative virtually. How can you basically do a design thinking exercise without, making a prototype, an actual prototype? How can you do it virtually? How can you create a social connection? What are the elements of
Right.
of connecting with one another. I think personally it starts with really being able to know who you are. Authenticity to me is the thing to start with. And then if you're authentic with yourself, you can be authentic with somebody else, and then you can come up with ideas. You can be safe. I really like ever since I got involved with Stanford LEAD. A new side of me has really emerged, and I think the reason is because the LEAD network, you feel safe around this network, right? I have been able to post things, send messages, talk about what's on my mind without feeling like I'm going to be judged or somebody's going to say, what a crazy thing to think about. And so I think encouraging people to write is therapeutic. It's cathartic. And when other people comment, not just like or something like that, but comment, take the time to read and encourage original thoughts, original ideas. I think it's very helpful, and it makes you feel safe to be able to connect with somebody else.
Thank you, Kelly, for leading to the next question. It's actually wonderful. So we're amazed to see that so many new technologies started to become more obvious that we get connected. And Noda-san, my dear friend, has been working closely with this new technology, and he's glad to share some of his invention. So through the LEAD program, I understand. Let me stop my sharing. Noda-san, would you like to share your presentation?
Okay.
Well, when he is preparing, in Japan, I am in charge of health and well-being in the office. And because we're working from home all the time, a lot of people gain weight. And they have started to complain the lack of exercising, backache, started to put some weights, and the cholesterol level went up, some people. And that's a serious issue for, health maintenance at work.
Okay, here we go. Thank you for taking time to talk about Rebuild and Reconnect APAC Leaders Summit 2020. And I want to talk about the positive aspect of our coronavirus pandemic. Now, big wave coming in the telehealth and fitness tech. In the healthcare, using data and wearable and VR technology to make care more accessible. So over the 48% all US physicians said they had treated the patient virtually, and 60% of American consumers said they were more willing to try telehealth services due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And I see the detail about the telemedicine. And funding for mental health startup increased more than 400% in Q1 20 compared with the prior quarter, indicating that investors also see a huge opportunity in this space. Telemedicine platform is the top telehealth subcategory, and remote monitoring and teletherapy and coaching, it is just Kate doing is also huge. And as you know, a lot of new types of workout application is coming, and sales of the interactive at-home fitness brand Mira is hugely growing, and they have twice time over the weeks following COVID-19 arrive in the US. And the average number of daily sign-up for workout streaming platform Neo grew 600% in 1 week. So the fitness industry is almost starting the disruption. And now I'm trying to make it a virtual sports gym application. It will work as a remote activity monitoring for population. This is now, still the demo. You can enjoy the box size in your room if you're using the smartphone. And you can calculate the calorie and activity with the smartphone and communicate with your peers. Sorry.
Wow.
So you can
Fantastic.
enjoy the communicate with people and the exercise itself only using the smartphone. And I hopefully to use the new technology that brings by Apple, AR Kit. The AI, the pose estimation technology is pretty nice, and we can calculate our activity time and how much calories we use can estimate only via smartphone camera with AR Kit. So I think this is a chance to make change, and I make a startup studio group in the workplace, the LEAD workplace, and the group name is LEAD Venture Factory. Come on to join us. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Nora-san and I were talking about, sometimes it's very difficult for, well, I'm stereotyping, women to go to kickboxing class, but now it's online that I can participate. And I see the vice versa, some male feel a little bit intimidated to go to yoga studio or meditation studio, but now it's going to be online and widely available. So there are a lot of ways that we can cope with the changes, and the new technology, new ideas started to bring a new way of working. And I think we can get all excited about the future. So thank you so much for Kate, Noda-san, and Kelly and Melina for joining us, and the support for the panelists. So please give them a big, big hand. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you everyone for this great topic in terms of both two topics, and I guess we kind of ran out of time a little bit, so I'm just going to close it off. But I think with this initiative, hopefully we can kind of continue to bring in some positivity, bring in a connection, and igniting some action from this COVID situation to take as a positivity. So, thank you everyone. And we look forward to having further discussion moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
Be
you.
safe, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.